Hansen,
Yes, Your Honor.
you're also denying that Miss Hansen is your daughter.
50-50 chance. My wife cheated on me while we were married with my older brother.
Okay, let's dive right in today with something, well, pretty intense. It's a court case involving a man, a Mr. Hansen, who walked into court absolutely certain about one thing.
His fidelity?
Exactly. His whole argument was basically, I am a faithful husband, therefore this daughter cannot be mine. He was so sure, he essentially invited the court to look at his whole life.
Only for that whole foundation of certainty to just crumble. It's fascinating, really. He's denying one daughter, Chantel Percival, completely.
Totally denying her.
I was with the other woman at the time she was conceived, so there's no way she could be my daughter.
But in defending that denial, he ends up casting doubt on the daughter he did raise, Teresa Hansen. It's quite a tangle.
It really is. And you gave us the sources on this case, Percival Hansen v. Hansen. So our job today, I think, is to unpack how someone's absolute conviction, this I don't cheat mantra, just gets demolished by facts, by evidence.
Yeah, biological evidence, eyewitness accounts, the works. And we're looking at how a 31-year denial unravels.
And the cost of that denial stretching back decades.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. Chantel Percival's claim. She tells the judge, look, for 31 years, this man, Mr. Hansen, accepted my sister Jessica, same mother, Charlene Villalpando.
Right.
But not her.
That my sister, who was also through my mother, who is Michael's daughter, he accepted her when she was a baby, but denied me the whole entire time.
He wouldn't even entertain a DNA test. Just flat out, she's not my daughter.
And his defense, initially, seems rock solid to him. He tells the court, look, I couldn't have conceived Chantel. Why? Because he was married to another woman, Tracy Merchant.
I was with the other woman at the time she was conceived, so there's no way she could be my daughter.
And not just married, they were expecting their own child right around that same time. His whole defense is built on this idea, I don't cheat.
He's basically using his own perceived morality as, like, legal proof, but it's built on shaky ground, emotionally speaking.
Well, yeah, because here's the first big snag the judge points out immediately, the timeline. Chantel Percival, born in May, Mr. Hansen's daughter with his wife, Teresa Hansen, born just 1 month later, June.
28 days apart. That's the key. When you have two kids born that close together to two different women, well, the whole fidelity defense just kind of evaporates, doesn't it?
It immediately suggests he was involved with both women around the same time, directly contradicts his sworn statement.
But even then, facing that, he digs in deeper. He says, I was with the other woman, his wife, at the time Chantel was conceived, so there's no way she could be my daughter. I guarantee it.
That level of certainty, despite the dates staring him in the face, it's something else. So the court then hears from Chantel's mother, Charlene Villalpando.
And Charlene's testimony, well, it adds another layer. She confirms, yes, she and Mr. Hansen were involved, seeing each other back and forth.
But crucially,
She admits she was also intimate with another man around the time of conception. And legally, that admission, it gives Mr. Hansen a hook to hang his doubt on. It gives him what seems like reasonable doubt.
okay, so maybe it justifies some doubt, technically.
Yeah.
And then I had met somebody too, and I was sleeping with him.
But Chantel tells the court how he handled that doubt over the years. She says she asked him point blank for a DNA test.
And his response.
He apparently told her that her mother was a whore and sleeping with somebody else in the backseat of a car.
Wow. Okay, so that shifts things, right? If it was just about biological facts, he'd want the test to prove his point. But using that kind of language, attacking the daughter.
Yeah, it suggests it wasn't just about truth. It was maybe more about protecting his own story, his innocence. Blame the mother, problem solved.
Even with the glaring timeline issue, those two pregnancies just 28 days apart, suggesting he was the common link.
And he's still clinging to this, I would never cheat on Tracy, ever line.
I'll take a lie detector test. I would never cheat on Tracy, ever.
But then things get even more complicated. The judge brings in his daughter from the marriage, Teresa Hansen.
And the ex-wife, Tracy Merchant.
Right, and this is where Mr. Hansen's strategy just completely implodes.
It really does, because suddenly, faced with the fact that his fidelity claim regarding Chantel is collapsing, what does he do? He pivots. He starts questioning Teresa's paternity, the daughter he raised.
He actually says she's a 50-50 chance.
Mr. Hansen,
Yes, Your Honor.
you're also denying that Miss Hansen is your daughter.
50-50 chance.
And his reason? He claims that years after the divorce, like 5 years later, he supposedly found out his wife had cheated on him.
With his own older brother, allegedly. So the implication is, what, okay, maybe I cheated, but she cheated too, so maybe Teresa isn't even mine.
It's a wild move. Psychologically, it's like he's trying to reclaim victim status by throwing his own daughter's identity under the bus.
And think about Teresa. She gets up there and testifies that her dad started telling her this stuff when she was just a kid, like 10 or 11.
Telling her she might be her uncle's child or somebody in the family.
Yeah.
He did tell me that he thought that my uncle or somebody in the family was my biological father.
When did he tell you this?
Could be, I said.
Probably around 11.
When
10
you
or
were
11.
11?
Imagine growing up with that, hearing your dad call your mom terrible names, just like he apparently called Chantel's mom. Teresa said she felt worthless, just desperate for an answer after years of living under that cloud.
That's the real damage, isn't it? The generational cost. 2 daughters, different mothers, different situations, but they share this trauma of being defined by his denial.
Then comes the moment, though. Tracy Merchant, the ex-wife, takes the stand, and she just calmly tears down his entire defense.
This is the legal bombshell, really. Tracy looks the court in the eye and completely contradicts his story. She says she knew Chantel was his daughter when she was born.
Knew it all along.
Yep. Knew he was running back and forth between her and Charlene, and she lays it out plain as day. Yeah, that's how these girls are 28 days apart. Boom.
So her testimony basically confirms the physical evidence Chantel had brought in, too. A calendar.
Right. A calendar apparently showing the dates Mr. Hansen and Charlene were together, proving the overlap with Tracy's pregnancy.
It just shows, doesn't it,
Yeah.
how objective facts, dates on a calendar, birth records, an ex-wife saying, I knew, can totally dismantle someone's deeply held belief. His certainty wasn't based on reality.
Exactly. It was denial. Or maybe self-delusion. Anything to avoid taking responsibility.
And let's quickly touch on that responsibility, the long-term impact. Chantel explained how not having a father figure affected her life choices, seeking validation from older men, having 7 children herself.
And Teresa confirmed feeling that same void, that resentment. She had her first child at 16. The patterns are just strikingly similar.
Judge Lake really zeroes in on this, pushing Mr. Hansen for accountability. She reminds him of his contradictions.
Yeah, she points out, you said you knew for sure Chantel wasn't yours, but Teresa was only 50-50. She forces him to confront that inconsistency, especially when he tries to backtrack and say Teresa feels more mine.
He does finally agree, sort of. He says he'll accept responsibility for Teresa no matter the test result. Put her in his life.
But even then, right before the results are read, what's his instinct?
Still denying the other one. I know the other one is not my daughter, I'm sorry.
I apologize. I don't mean to be inconsiderate or ruthless, but I know the other one's not my daughter. I'm sorry.
He's bracing for one truth, but still desperately trying to block out the other.
Which just confirms, again, it was never really about the biological uncertainty for him. It was about protecting his narrative. But the court doesn't care about narratives. It cares about facts.
So the moment comes. DNA Diagnostics has the results. Let's start with Teresa Hansen, the daughter he raised, then doubted.
Okay, the results are read.
When it comes to the paternity of Ms. Hansen, Mr. Hansen, you are her father.
Mr. Hansen is the father of Teresa Hansen.
Relief washes over him. He apologizes for doubting her, promises to be there. Okay, 1 down.
But the core conflict, the reason they're all there, is still hanging in the air.
Right. He's relieved about Teresa, but you can almost see him steeling himself, doubling down on the denial about Chantel. This is it. The 31-year wall is about to face its final test.
The judge turns to Chantel Percival, the daughter denied for 3 decades, and the result is read.
Comes to the paternity of Ms. Percival, Mr. Hansen,
Yes.
you are her father.
Mr. Hansen is her father.
And the reaction, pure shock. He's visibly stunned. You hear him mutter, "There's no way."
31 years of saying no, of being absolutely certain, gone in an instant.
Objective truth just slams into his subjective reality, and it collapses completely. He finally apologizes to both of them, calls them beautiful little girls.
Promises to be in their lives for the rest of my life. He accepts it. Both truths.
I love you both. I'm sorry. I really am.
Mr. Hansen,
Yes,
is
Your
there anything you
I
want to say to your
apologize.
beautiful
I'm
little
sorry.
girls?
Really,
Grown
I'm sorry.
girls.
I'll be in your life from here for the rest of my life.
But then you get that final, perfect, legally pointed comment from the ex-wife, Tracy,
Oh, yeah. She looks right at him.
and says,
You know it's going to add up, that child support.
huh. And there it is, the practical consequence he avoided for decades. It sums it all up, really. Started by denying one daughter based on supposed fidelity, ends up proven wrong on fidelity and paternity for both daughters.